Tonight on World News, is the McCain campaign a house divided? With just 9 days left, there are reports of infighting between the Palin and McCain camps. Unchecked power, that's the new line of attack from McCain, that voters should be wary of liberal domination in Washington. Tapped out, as the economy tanks, so do charitable donations. How vulnerable people and animals are now getting hurt. And the real-life Batman. He is risking his life to find and save creatures the rest of us run from.
From ABC News headquarters in New York, this is World News.
Good evening, I'm Dan Harris. After nearly 2 years and more than $1 billion, the presidential race is now entering its last full week. The latest ABC News poll shows Barack Obama ahead by 7 points. That is a lot of ground for John McCain to make up, even under the best of circumstances. But the McCain camp is not only fighting Obama right now, there are reports that aides to McCain and his running mate Sarah Palin are fighting each other. So we're going to start tonight with ABC's Ron Claiborne, who is in Zanesville, Ohio.
Even as John McCain campaigns in this key battleground state, Ohio, there are reports that his campaign has been wrecked by infighting.
So welcome, John McCain.
Campaigning earlier today in Iowa, a state which President Bush carried 4 years ago, and where McCain is far behind Barack Obama, McCain attacked Obama as a tax raiser and vowed to fight on.
We never quit. We never give up. Now let's go win this election and get this country moving again.
But behind the scenes, there are reports of a different kind of fight between insiders in the McCain campaign and the Palin camp, though both sides deny it.
It's about, Palin's people blaming McCain for messing up her rollout. A senior McCain aide coming back calling her a diva.
In recent days, Palin has been delivering messages that sometimes conflict with McCain's, like criticizing automated robocalls and calling for McCain to attack Obama over Reverend Jeremiah Wright, which he has refused to do.
She's definitely, mapping out her own effort, it looks like, from what people are saying, both in print and behind the scenes. They're having some difficulty keeping her on message.
But in an interview today, McCain was as supportive as ever of his running mate.
I don't defend her. I praise her. Yeah. I don't defend her.
McCain did defend the Republican Party spending $150,000 on new clothes for Palin.
She lives a frugal life. She and her family are not wealthy. She and her family were thrust into this, and there was some third of that money is given back.
Campaigning today in Florida, Palin responded to Wardrobe Gate.
Those clothes, they are not my property. I'm not taking them with me. I'm back to wearing my own clothes from my favorite consignment shop in Anchorage, Alaska.
Palin went on to say she bought her own wedding ring for $35. This reported dissension in the ranks may be a sign of growing frustration that nothing the McCain campaign is trying to hit Barack Obama with, seems to be sticking, and time is running out. Dan?
Ron Claiborne reporting from Ohio tonight. Thank you. One way to measure Obama's confidence, and critics might call it overconfidence, is to look at where he's been campaigning this weekend. Nevada, New Mexico, and today Colorado. All states that voted for President Bush back in 2004. ABC's Jake Tapper is with the Obama campaign tonight in Colorado.
Good evening. The latest Rocky Mountain News poll of Colorado voters has Senator Barack Obama leading 52% to 40%, and Senator Obama is doing everything he can to make that the result in 9 days. In Denver this afternoon, Senator Barack Obama continued to hammer Senator John McCain as nothing more than George W. Bush 2.0.
This morning, Senator McCain said that actually he and President Bush share a common philosophy. That's right, Colorado. I guess that was John McCain finally giving us a little straight talk.
That is not the full context of McCain's remarks about President Bush.
So do we share a common philosophy of the Republican Party? Of course. But I've stood up against my party, not just President Bush, but others, and I've got the scars to prove it.
But Senator McCain voted with President Bush 90% of the time over the last 8 years. Just the other day, George Bush returned the favor and voted early for John McCain. Well, Colorado, George Bush isn't the only one who gets to vote early. You can vote early, too.
Obama's continuing his attacks on McCain in this new negative TV ad airing in battleground states all over the country.
John McCain wants to tear Barack Obama down.
Polls indicate that message is working here in Colorado, where more than 100,000 turned out to see Obama in Denver. But there is a key group of swing independent voters concerned about one party controlling all of Washington. In the latest ABC News Washington Post tracking poll, independents prefer divided government to one-party rule, 43% to 34%. So McCain is raising the specter of a three-headed liberal hydra. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid, and President Obama controlling Washington.
Senator Obama is measuring the drapes and planning with Speaker Pelosi and Senator Reid to raise taxes, increase spending, and concede defeat in Iraq.
Tomorrow in Canton, Ohio, Senator Obama will deliver what he calls his closing argument speech, in which he'll say that Senator McCain has not offered one example of how he differs with President Bush on the economy. On Wednesday night, he will offer a half-hour TV ad to air on networks and cable. Dan?
Jake Tapper reporting from Colorado. Thank you. We're going to turn now to Mark Halperin of Time Magazine, who's also a political analyst for ABC News. Good evening.
Dan.
So what do you make of this argument about divided government? Is that likely to resonate with people?
Well, on first blush, it is an effective argument, potentially, as the polling suggests. The problem with the argument is voters are unhappy with the direction of the country. They want fundamental change, the kind Obama is talking about. I think for a lot of voters, they'll say, yeah, we want to give Democrats a chance, unified control, to try to bring about some of the changes they want to have happen.
We got a map here for you tonight. As you can see, the red states are states that, according to the ABC News analysis, we believe as of right now would go to John McCain. The blue states to Barack Obama. The yellow states are the toss-ups. Give us a sense, looking at this map, of how tough a landscape this is for John McCain.
Very tough. Obama now is in striking distance of 270 electoral votes, and all of those yellow states are states that George Bush won in 2004. All Obama needs to do is win a single one of those contested battleground states, many of which he's ahead in right now, in order to take the White House. Very tough terrain for John McCain.
Quickly, let me ask you about these reports of the infighting between the Palin camp and the McCain camp. Is this serious stuff?
We've seen in the past vice presidential nominees who feel that their ticket might not win start to make the argument, look, I could have been better if they'd let me do what I wanted to do rather than being overhandled by the presidential staff. Whether Sarah Palin wants to have national aspirations in the future or not, she, like everyone else involved in this effort, concerned about their reputation at the end of a very tough campaign for the Republicans.
Mark Halperin, thank you.
Thanks, Dan.
And we have breaking news from overseas tonight. The government of Syria is accusing the U.S. of, quote, serious aggression. The Syrians say American military helicopters fired on a target inside of Syria, killing 8 people, including women. ABC's Terry McCarthy is in Baghdad tonight.
Good evening, Dan. The Syrian official news agency is claiming that American soldiers traveling on 4 helicopters crossed into Syria near the Iraqi border town of Al-Qaim shortly before dark today. The Americans allegedly attacked a building under construction, killing a number of people before flying back into Iraq. The U.S. military in Iraq has so far made no comment, but if confirmed, it would be the first known incursion of U.S. troops into Syria since a 2003 incident in the same area. Tonight, the Syrian Foreign Ministry summoned the top U.S. and Iraqi diplomats in Damascus to protest the incident. The area is a known crossing point for both foreign fighters and weapons coming into Iraq, and just last week, a U.S. general here said efforts to further secure that part of the border were being intensified. Dan?
Terry McCarthy in Baghdad tonight. Thank you. So far, the U.S. military has not commented on the attack. And we also have breaking news out of Pakistan tonight. According to Pakistani intelligence sources, an unmanned U.S. aircraft fired into northwest Pakistan, possibly killing 20 militants. This vast mountainous region has become a refuge for the Taliban and for al-Qaeda, from which they're both launching attacks into both Afghanistan and the rest of Pakistan. The Pakistani army has been fighting there for months, and our Nick Schifrin got a tour recently from Pakistani troops.
These are the troops on the front lines of the war on terror. Pakistani soldiers targeting the Taliban, who have grabbed control over much of Pakistan's tribal areas along the Afghan border. Here in the Bajour district, the military is using a scorched earth policy, destroying hundreds of homes. That has forced tens of thousands of families to flee to nearby tented camps. But the army says if it wins in Bajour, it will defeat more than half of Pakistan's militants.
The center of gravity was Bajour, and having taken that, I think we will see a radical drop in militancy.
It doesn't look like much, but this is the spot they've been fighting for, tiny Loy Sam, about 15 miles from the Afghan border.
The importance of this place is when you capture, you hold this place, it disconnects the militants' movement towards Afghanistan, towards our settled areas.
But that means literally digging the militants out of this difficult terrain. They've built a network of tunnels. The tunnels are amazingly complex. We're about 15 feet down right now. The militants use them not only to hide from the army, but they use them to travel between their own compounds, 300, even 400 feet apart. The fight is so difficult, the military has begun supporting groups of vigilante tribesmen. We used to sell our gold for the Taliban, this chief says, but now they attack our tribe and our government, and we have risen against them. The U.S. is helping train these soldiers. If the Taliban are to be defeated in Pakistan, it will largely be up to them. Nick Schifrin, ABC News, Loy Sam, Pakistan.
And one more item from overseas. The president of Iran, Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, is reportedly suffering from exhaustion. That's according to the Iranian media. He looked tired at a ceremony yesterday. Ahmadinejad is facing some serious criticism right now from internal political opponents, and there are some doubts about whether he'll seek re-election. Coming up here on World News this Sunday, what happens when the charities that help the vulnerable are no longer able to? The epidemic plaguing Iowa and New Hampshire after 2 long years of campaigning. And what would drive a man deep underground, risking his life for animals most people run from?
This is World News, brought to you by CVS Pharmacy.
Flu season is coming. At CVS Pharmacy and Minute Clinic, we want to help you stay healthy.
So we're making it simple to get a flu shot. It's quick and easy. You can get a flu shot in one of our pharmacies or Minute Clinic locations.
To find the most convenient location, call 1-888-FLU-SHOT or go to CVS.com.
If you have any questions about flu prevention or treatment, speak to me
or your local CVS pharmacist. CVS Pharmacy.
For all the ways you care.
Tired of morning coming in the middle of the night? Ask your prescriber about 2-layer Ambien CR. The first layer dissolves quickly to help you fall asleep, and unlike other sleep aids, a second dissolves slowly to help you stay asleep. Until you know how Ambien CR will affect you, you shouldn't drive or operate machinery. Plan to devote 7 to 8 hours to sleep before being active. Sleepwalking and eating or driving while not fully awake with amnesia for the event have been reported. In rare cases, severe allergic reactions can occur. If you experience any of these behaviors or reactions, contact your doctor immediately. Side effects may include next-day drowsiness, dizziness, and headache. It's non-narcotic and can be taken for as long as your prescriber recommends. Like most sleep aids, it has some risk of dependency. Don't take it with alcohol. To wake up ready for your day, ask your prescriber for 2-layer Ambien CR.
Creamy, smooth, flavorful. The name, Silk. Smooth as, and it is.
Silk has soy protein, antioxidants, and omega-3s, plus all the calcium and vitamins A and D of milk. Silk. Take a sip forward.
I'm Mark Goldston, Chairman and CEO of NetZero. All internet providers take you to the same internet, so why pay more to get there? NetZero is only $9.95 a month, and we give you a 30-day money-back guarantee. Call 1-800-NET-ZERO or visit netzero.com.
Make any day a little better with Campbell's soup. We get together, good, wholesome too. Quick and easy, me and you, cooking with Campbell's possibilities.
Sometimes life can be, well, a little uncomfortable. But when it's hard or hurts to go to the bathroom, there's Dulcolax Stool Softener. Dulcolax Stool Softener doesn't make you go, it just makes it easier to go. Dulcolax Stool Softener. Make yourself comfortable.
We are heading into a new week on Wall Street, the final week of October, a month in which the Dow has already fallen nearly 23%. Here are some things to look out for this week. Tomorrow, we're going to find out how many new homes were sold in September, an important indicator that goes right to the heart of the current crisis. Wednesday, the Federal Reserve could lower interest rates, which could boost confidence. Thursday, GDP numbers, which will tell us whether the economy contracted over the summer, a possible first official sign of recession. And more corporations report earnings this week, among them ExxonMobil, Verizon, and Kraft. The slowing economy means Americans have less money to spend and even less money to give away. Last year, charitable donations reached a record $306 billion, more than 2% of the overall economy. Now, charities are being hit hard, leaving the people and the animals who depend on them at even greater risk. Here's ABC's Brian Rooney.
This couple in Los Angeles has a home, only temporarily, in an apartment provided by a charity called Beyond Shelter. And what would happen if the charity ran out of money too?
We'd go back onto the streets, basically. I mean, we still haven't been able to save up enough money to get into another place. So that's a very scary thought.
It could happen. In the current financial crisis, Beyond Shelter, along with charities across the country, is having trouble getting donations.
Next month, we'll start moving the desks out of here and we're slowly terminating people.
Tanya Tull has been helping families for 30 years.
And I have never seen this scenario where I'm contemplating having to close my doors.
The Chronicle of Philanthropy estimates the total shortfall of donations could be in the billions.
Small donors aren't giving as much, nor are the big, very wealthy donors.
In New York, City Meals on Wheels lost the $500,000 it got from its biggest donor, the failed investment bank Bear Stearns. Nationally, the Salvation Army is down 5 to 10%, heading into its biggest fundraising season.
We have many people coming to us who have been historically donors, who are now saying to us, I never thought that I would be in this position to have to ask the Salvation Army for help, but that's where we're at.
And for the Los Angeles SPCA, donations are off by half, just as people losing homes are turning in more pets.
We're in the untenable position of having more animals being turned in, lower adoptions, and an increase in operating costs.
But if organizations like Beyond Shelter have to close, the toll on people could be huge.
That means no help for us. No help for the single moms, for all the babies, children, the families who have just lost their homes.
Hard times would get that much harder. Brian Rooney, ABC News, Los Angeles.
And tonight, the Oscar-winning Jennifer Hudson is pleading for the return of her 7-year-old nephew. Julian King has been missing since Friday, when Jennifer Hudson's mother and brother were found murdered at their home. Police have now issued an Amber Alert, and the boy's stepfather is in custody as a person of interest. And coming up here, the strange condition afflicting the people of New Hampshire and Iowa.
Sitting still isn't for us, so I needed a pain reliever for my arthritis pain. Then I got something just for my aching shoulder. Different pains, different pain relievers, but now Advil is my every pain reliever. Works wherever I hurt. I'm all Advil.
Burning, itching. I should have used Preparation H.
And for extra relief, use Preparation H medicated wipes first. Unlike most ordinary wipes, they relieve while you clean. Then use maximum strength cream. Preparation H, the relief expert.
My name is Jane, and I've got osteoporosis. But I'm an on-the-go woman. I've been active all my life. That's why I'm excited about Reclast, the osteoporosis treatment my doctor gives me once a year. My doctor says one IV of Reclast can help protect me while I'm on the go for 12 months. How? Well, Reclast helps to re-strengthen my bones to help make them resistant to fracture. And with Reclast, well, no other osteoporosis treatment is approved to help protect in more places. Hip, spine, even other bones.
You should not take Reclast if you're on Zometa, have low blood calcium, kidney problems, or you're pregnant, plan to become pregnant, or nursing. Take calcium and vitamin D daily. Tell your doctor if you develop severe muscle, bone, or joint pain, or if you have dental problems, as rarely jaw problems have been reported. The most common side effects include flu-like symptoms, fever, muscle or joint pain, and headache.
Do what I did. Ask your doctor about Reclast. Year-long protection for on-the-go women.
I want you to read chapters 5 through 10 tonight. There may be a test on Monday.
Saved by the bell again. Excuse me, Miss Jones? We should talk.
I know. I gotta go all the time, and I'm trapped in here till the bell rings.
That is an accident waiting to happen. You need to have the Detrol discussion with your doctor.
Detrol?
Detrol LA. It's the brand doctors prescribe most to help calm that
gotta go feeling.
Just one pill works all day and all night. Look, at DetrolLA.com, you learn how to get the discussion started. If you have certain stomach problems, glaucoma, or trouble getting urine to pass, you shouldn't take Detrol LA. The most common side effects are dry mouth, headache, constipation, and abdominal pain. Ask your doctor if Detrol LA is right for you. Looks like she had the Detrol discussion with her doctor. She's spending less time here. I should be so lucky.
There are just 9 days, as we said earlier, left until Election Day. But for the people who live in Iowa and in New Hampshire, where the first voting took place what seems like a lifetime ago, the election simply cannot come soon enough. ABC's David Wright takes a closer look.
Today, John McCain brought his campaign to Iowa.
We need to win Iowa on November 4th. With your help, we're gonna win here.
This was McCain's 86th campaign stop in Iowa.
How are you, sir?
Obama has had 177 Iowa events.
I've been campaigning for about 21 months now.
The campaign's been going on so long.
There are babies who've been born and are
Even
now
the jokes
walking and talking
are getting old.
Since I started running for president.
Together, Obama and McCain have spent nearly $1 billion so far. They've shaken more hands than they can count.
Are you ready for this campaign to be over? A year ago. Fed up with it.
Call it campaign fatigue, an epidemic in Iowa and New Hampshire.
I like the mute button. So I've heard an awful lot.
This race has been going on so long, businesses have come and gone. Remember the Merrimack Diner, one of those iconic New Hampshire primary stops? Well, it barely outlasted Hillary Clinton's candidacy.
You know, this is very personal for me. It's not just political, it's not just public.
Peter and Carol Ayton of Exeter, New Hampshire, were already complaining of campaign fatigue more than a year ago.
The primary season is just far too long.
And now, 14 months later?
I think we're all going to be excited when the election's finally here.
Over.
Yes.
Thank you. Those hot summer days at the Iowa State Fair seem like a distant memory after a long, cold winter of politics. The seasons have changed, but the campaign goes on.
I voted early.
Yeah, I voted 3 weeks ago.
While campaign fatigue is a bipartisan ailment, Democrats seem to be suffering less.
But I'm very, very excited for a new administration.
The Republicans? Do you feel good about the decision the country's come to after all these months?
No. No, I don't.
Republicans wouldn't mind if their guy had a few weeks more.
I'm going to give you a little straight talk today. And
David Wright, ABC News, Des Moines and Manchester.
Coming up, the real-life Batman. Why this guy risks his life for animals that creep most of us out.
All around the world, men with erectile dysfunction have taken 36-hour Cialis. Today, men can also be ready with another dosing option, Cialis for daily use, a clinically proven low-dose tablet you take every day, so you can be ready anytime the moment is right.
Tell your doctor about your medical condition and all medications and ask if you're healthy enough for sexual activity. Don't take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain, as this may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Don't drink alcohol in excess with Cialis. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injury, seek immediate medical help for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease or loss in hearing or vision, stop taking Cialis and call your doctor right away.
36-hour Cialis or Cialis for daily use. Ask your doctor if a Cialis option is right for you. So when the moment is right, you can be ready.
Ever notice that the more you wash an outfit, the more it shows? With every wash, colors fade and clothes lose their shape. But now there's new Tide Total Care with a remarkable new formula that goes beyond cleaning. Tide Total Care actually keeps your clothes looking newer and beautiful, even after 30 washes. New Tide Total Care, 30 washes and still beautiful. Your Tide is showing.
Are you like me? I have high blood pressure and I have high cholesterol.
but he treats both with one pill.
Catawit makes it easier to manage my two conditions. Catawit contains two proven medicines, one for lowering high blood pressure, the other for lowering high cholesterol, combined in one pill. Catawit. That works for me.
Catawit is one of many treatment options, in addition to diet and exercise that he discussed with his doctor.
Catawit is not for everyone. It's not for people with liver problems and women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant. To check for liver problems, you need simple blood tests. Tell your doctor about any heart problems and all other medications you are taking, or if you experience muscle pain or weakness, as they may be a sign of a rare but serious side effect. Along with diet and exercise, Catawit effectively lowers both high blood pressure and high cholesterol. Two medicines, one pill. Ask your doctor if Catawit is right for you.
Tonight, 8/7 Central. For the first time in 6 years, this 10-year-old miracle comes home. ABC's Extreme Makeover Home Edition. All new tonight, 8/7 Central on ABC.
We are coming up on Halloween, which of course means you're going to be seeing a lot of fake bats around. Bats are supposed to be emblematic of all things creepy. However, we found a guy who actually loves bats. In fact, risks his life to save them. ABC's Neil Karlinski takes us deep underground.
Jason Corbett has what many consider the creepiest job in America. He travels the West, going deep underground into ancient, rickety, abandoned mine shafts in search of a creature commonly associated with horror. Jason is looking for bats.
That's a bat right there.
This furry little one woke up from all the racket, first uncurling its huge ears before looking around and flying off.
Do you have friends or family who say, Jason, what have you done with your life? Why the bats? In terms of the actual safety of the stuff, yes, some of my friends think I'm a little crazy, and my mom certainly doesn't worry about me.
He took us hours off-road in the heart of California's Death Valley to crawl, slide, and climb our way into old mine shafts marked with signs like this one: stay out, stay alive.
Some of these old mine shafts haven't seen human visitors in decades, and they are treacherous. The wooden supports that are holding up the roof of this shaft here are the originals put in over a century ago.
Old bones and ancient explosives are frighteningly routine, but the bats aren't easy to find. Jason isn't here to disturb them, he wants to save them. Mines like these are being cemented shut by the hundreds to keep people out, burying bats in the process. Jason conducts reviews of bat habitats for the Park Service, which often lead to the installation of this, something called a bat gate.
The idea behind a bat gate is it allows bats to pass in and out and utilize the habitat behind the gate, but it prevents people from going into these hazardous mines.
Jason says bats are misunderstood.
They are actually fairly cute and cuddly little animals, and certainly they're nothing to be afraid of.
They are, in fact, a necessity. One bat can eat up to 3,000 mosquitoes a night, and they avoid people at all costs, even the one man here to look after them, Jason Corbett, the real Batman. Neil Karlinski, ABC News, Death Valley, California.
And that's going to do it for World News on this Sunday. I'm Dan Harris. For all of us here at ABC News, thank you for watching, and good night.
With the election just days away,